It's your man, I Make Mad Beats. Live from outer space, an unapologetic studio. I'm here with my comrades. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
Yo, LJ1S.
Unique.
And Sheena.
All right.
What's good? What's good?
Move over here, because where you at? I'm kind of blocking you. Yeah, we got some topics. First of all, welcome to Type Beat, Producer Podcast. It's the first time checking this out. What we do is we talk about producer-related things, and that kind of slides into hip-hop-related things and all kind of other related things, all from very interesting minds from an unapologetic studio. And today we got some topics. My co-producer, LJ, what are we talking about today?
Let's go. I think we kick it off with the super fans.
Super fan Jack.
Yeah, super fans.
Fan
What
super.
is there? Of course, as an artist, we want super fans. But is there a line of going too far? Like, what's the threshold? What's like, oh yeah, super fans is cool to have, like, versus like, okay, bro, you doing too much.
Yeah.
Like, what's that limit? What does that look like?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that could go into the category of doing too much.
No,
You know what? Hold on. Let me read right. Go ahead. Keep talking.
yeah, I was telling the niggas about, so Taylor Swift took her tour to Argentina. I think it was the first time she took it abroad, or at least in South America. I know this for a fact this is the first time she was in Argentina. And I read that people have been camping out, had quit their jobs and have been camping out at the venue she was performing at since May. And that...
Hold on. Just for reference, just in case you're not peeping this right now, the current date is November 13th.
Yes.
Bro.
So
Okay, go
they
ahead.
have been there for like, since last season, springtime.
Wait a minute.
Crazy. Niggas capped out for a whole season.
Yes. And that there were 2.8 million people trying to get tickets to go see it. Just now realizing how crazy that is.
Yeah, no, what was the dates again?
May. They've been camping out since May. It's November. The show just happened.
Bro, what?
And
Like-
niggas quit their jobs
Niggas
and
quit their
shit?
jobs.
The fuck is wrong with you niggas?
They didn't want to see Taylor.
Hey, man.
I mean,
It ain't that serious. I want to see my bed at the end of the night.
But that's, I
Not
don't
the
know,
outdoors
though.
in a
Like,
tent.
That's good.
how
Super
how would you
fans.
feel if this was you? Like,
just
people
it.
camping out to see you.
let's talk about it. Let's talk about
That's
it.
what I'm
So,
saying. Like,
Yeah.
like it's
so-
easy
I
to be
would
like,
at least provide some kind of shelter for my people.
for
They-
what,
she
2
didn't know that
point?
was happening?
Right. And plus, you talking shelter for how many? It was 2 point something million, something like.
Yeah.
How you gonna do that? That's what I'm saying. So it's
Shout
easy
out
to
to
be
Taylor
like,
Swift for having super fans.
That's right.
Damn, my nigga, you got niggas camping outside since May. Shit, they been out there since my birthday. Damn, I ain't even get no gift because of you.
If that happened,
I love you,
if I was
Taylor.
Taylor Swift, and people were camping out for that long, I would feel like, what have I done?
Like literally with my life
What
and my
have I
time.
done?
like, what
I-
type of power is that?
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I was
that's
terrified.
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
hold on. Because, like, right now, we all, I feel like the majority of what's being said is from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Right? We all like, wow, all these
You're
people
right.
for doing this, blah, 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 whatever.
I am a little
But,
biased.
like, on some independent artist vibes, like, this is the state of the game now. The state of the game now is that, like, you have to somehow find a way to reach people in a way to, maybe they're not necessarily camping out for 6 months to see you, but they are going above and beyond in ways that people would deem like extreme, intense, and sometimes dangerous, right?
Yeah,
Like
you're
that's
right.
what you want nowadays, because, you know, as independent artists, we kind of recognize like we don't have mainstream marketing avenues just locked in, right? So we need our fans to really matter. Like if you only got 100 fans, you need them to be able to be like, nah, like we really love and support, and even though you're giving us stuff we can access for pennies, we want to show our love and appreciation in other ways, whether that be buying a few t-shirts, a hoodie, showing up to your show and doing blah, blah, blah. We need super fans, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, this discussion it is about the Taylor Swift scenario, But what it's really about is like, where is the line?
Yeah. 6
Where's the line?
months, bro.
Because for us to act like that level of like love and adoration is like wild, is for us to also say, as independent artists, we also don't want to survive in this game.
Nah, yeah, fact.
because there is some level of that is necessary. For like let's be clear, as independent artists, you're not going to survive off of casual fans.
Facts.
Right.
Yeah.
Casual fandom does not work for
Yeah,
independent
just stream your
artists.
music
Right.
and keep it pushing. Yeah.
Absolutely not. So where's that line?
I don't know. Even if I was like Taylor, bro, like for me, I'm bad at just accepting compliments. To hear that I don't know, man.
I don't know. It's like I can't help but to like agree with Matt on this one, like, cause to say like, damn, that would be crazy. Like, the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, that would be coming from a biased place.
Well, I mean, I think Sheena asked a good question, which is just like, I think it was Sheena who asked this question, which is just like, all right, if you're Taylor Swift in this moment, right, what do you do?
Yeah.
Right? You find out fans is getting off from work in May and they saying, fuck you, boss. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to see Taylor Swift. And they don't care about nothing else, right? What are you doing at that? Let's just say you did hear about it. Maybe she didn't know about it, right? But let's just say you did hear that's what was happening. What do you do?
You give them the best show they ever seen.
That part.
Nah, you definitely gonna
Definitely
kill it
give
with
him
the show.
for real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
all you
even
can do. That's
I'll
all they
even
wanted.
extend the show longer than it was supposed to be had. You know what I'm saying? For real, just to make those people feel comfortable for even like niggas,
That's
y'all
all
done
you
quit
gotta
y'all
do.
job and shit to come
gotta
see
give
me.
out some free autograph, something like. But that,
Fuck an
I don't know if
autograph.
I'm
They
doing
getting.
all that.
You say you ain't
If
doing
they
it?
fanatical enough to
I ain't
stay
lying.
camping for 6 months. I don't know what y'all gonna do. this
I
close
give
to
out
me.
free care.
No, I'm not giving it out.
Okay, oh,
No, I give out free care packages or something. No, for real.
Now we're talking about it.
That was
Now
my
we're
thought.
talking. Hold on. I want to dive deeper into what she just said. Right? If you're fanatical enough to camp out for 6 months to see my show, I don't know what you're gonna do to me if you're within arm's reach.
That part.
That's the line that this conversation is about.
That part.
Right? It's about like, okay, if you can stir up this level of emotional response from people, right? Is there danger in that, right? In other words, like, let's talk about the downside of superfans, right? Your ability to stir up that level of emotional response will have some level of negative something
Right.
attached to it, right? What does that look like? And then how do you set your boundaries as an artist when you know, like, this ain't 1995 anymore, where you can have casual fans who will like you.
Folks
And then
are
they will
on
buy your
stage.
CD. Like, no. Now, in order for people to spend money on you, they have to love you. And sometimes that love can go too far.
Yeah, it
You know
can
what
get
I'm saying?
possessive.
So where's your boundaries? Let's talk about that. Everybody in this room right now is an artist, right? Where is your boundaries?
Can't get my phone number. Can't know where I stay. Like, for real, you can't even know who my close friends are, to be honest. Like, I damn near won't even tag their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, type shit.
I sure be thinking about that. I be thinking about like when niggas are like when niggas get famous, so then folks start looking through who they follow, who's in their life. Like I be thinking like, damn, I'm gonna have to unfollow everybody.
Yeah.
So everybody like see shit, or like I have to have a separate page. But I don't even think I would do that. I think I would just like social media would have to not be about friends no more, because like that like puts a magnifying glass on people who didn't ask for that. Like I wouldn't, like if I had children right now, I would not like
I know.
let people see them or know anything about them
At all.
I wouldn't want nobody to see my mama.
For real though.
Nah, that's
for
real,
That's a real
but
thing.
it's-
Like I hate that my son. Well, I don't hate it. Like he's out that part. He's been shown or whatnot. Like nowadays, but like let me have another child. Motherfucker ain't gonna know what the gender of that baby is. Like straight up.
It's definitely different if like the kids like they're an artist, so they
artist,
want to do this.
Yeah.
But if they just a kid, you ain't finna see not a smidgen of their face ever. I'm covering.
You won't even know if they light skinned or not. Come on, period. Whole blanket.
They gonna be covered
Come
with
on.
blankets.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. This has been.
It's tough.
This is even a hard conversation to have, because, like, you know, of the idea that someone who really, really is a fan of you would hear this conversation. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I'll just say this. You know, I am not, you know, nationally famous, but I absolutely have had fans that have felt unusually entitled to me and all things surrounding me. And like, I've even had conversations with my team about this because they have too, you know what I'm saying? You know, Awful, because Awful, that's what he represents people in a way to where Memphis people either hate Awful for being extremely him or they love him for being extremely him. And when you're that polarizing, your fans are going to be extreme too, you know? And like, yeah, you always, in the beginning, you appreciate it. You're like, man, you know, these people really like what I'm doing. They're really tuned in. You know, they have me on some level of notifications on social media because they're always the first to like and respond, you know, and that's amazing, you know. But, you know, if you ever listen to the song Stan, you know, like that'll come with a certain level of like the amount of time that they devote to you, and a lot of times they feel like you're supposed to devote that priority and time to them, right? So if they put in time to comment, if you don't respond back, all of a sudden you're an asshole.
Yeah. Oh
right?
my God. I hate that.
You know, if you don't, you know, it's you know, and sometimes then there's the going too far where it's just like, you know, they know everything you posted. Right? They know all your songs. They know your videos, right?
Screenshots.
But we all know as artists, our songs and the things we post are like 4% of our actual lives.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
But these people have fallen so in love with the things that you post, the music that you make, that they assume that their idea of you is really you. And then that's when they feel like they know you. And that's where the danger starts.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where the danger starts. The danger starts when it's an inability on their part to realize like you don't know me.
Right.
And AKA you shouldn't talk to me like you know me.
Right.
You shouldn't assume anything about my life, how I would feel about certain things, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And in many instances, you probably shouldn't advise me or talk to me in these ways as if you know who I am. You don't know who I am. You know, and that's the sad thing about it is because like us as artists, we do so much for people to hear our vulnerabilities, for people to rock with us on things we've been through. But like, you're doing that with the hope that people understand that what you're showing is just what you're showing, and let's talk about that. I don't need you to fill in the blanks on the rest of my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And some people do that still, and that's where the dark side of super fandom starts to me, right? It is when people don't realize, like, you might be doing too much here.
Yeah.
You might be requiring too much from somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna be honest about something. Like one thing I try to practice as a fan, because here's the thing, I'm a bigger fan than I am a creator, and I create a lot. But I'm a much bigger fan. But you know, one thing that I love doing as a fan, I love being a fan of musicians, and like just being a fan, like practicing the art of being a fan, right? To me, the art of being a fan is not, hey man, I love your music, let's collaborate. That's not being a fan.
Yeah.
That's me trying to figure out how you can help me in my life and my artistry.
Right.
That's not being a fan. I mean, you can be a fan and do that. I'm not saying you're a fan if you're not a fan if you do it. I'm just saying, like, that's not the heart of being a fan. The heart of being a fan is like being excited about what art you're gonna make, and when you make it, support it.
Right.
And that's it, right? I am not requiring you to respond to my love for your art, right? If Q-Tip started everything for me, I can't respond on Q-Tip's post and then be mad at him because he didn't like my comment.
Right.
You know, but that's all entitlement. I'm gonna end this rant with that. That's all just entitlement. Entitlement is like the root of like a wild ass super fandom scenario. And I hate that I even got to say this out loud because I want people to really love what we do. You know what I'm saying? But like, I can't lie. Like, it be going too far sometimes, fam. And I feel a way saying that, even though I'm not like famous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I should be, like, a part of me is just saying, man, just be grateful. Be grateful that people rock with you like that. You know what I'm saying? And I am. I absolutely am. But I'm not gonna act like some of y'all don't be doing too much.
Come
like,
on. Period.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying being a fan is not doing too much.
That's right.
Right? But being a fan and then assuming you know me and trying to get involved in my personal life, that's doing too much.
Facts. High key.
Yeah, I think like with you it's a particular like dangerous mix because you're like you are so like you're here and people can like see you and touch you and like interact with you. And like so that just strengthens whatever parasocial relationship they think they have with you via social media. And so then they think like I don't know, certain things are appropriate that are not appropriate. But no.
This whole conversation is like giving me anxiety, bro. Like for real, just think. Like I said, I'm already bad with just accepting compliments. So having super fans who they do definitely come with the entitlement of feeling like, you know, they deserve this because whether they spent money or a certain amount of money or went above and beyond. So you're like, you supposed to recognize me type thing. I feel like it's definitely on some, they're trying to buy your love, but it's like, you know, they don't understand and see that this is the business, this is entertainment. Like you said, some folks will pull up to your personal birthday dinners and be like, bro, how did you even, I couldn't imagine, like, I don't know.
Some people will even you know, get close to you and try to trap you on some shit. Like for real.
Yeah. Okay. So there's an inference with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this type beat, right? So let's go ahead and talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
There's an inference with that, right? Where it's just like, you know, I think we were having this conversation maybe last week where it's just like, there's an overlap between like extreme admiration and like attraction. Right?
That fatal attraction shit.
And and how like super fandom is an intense version of that overlap, right? And how again, like the cautions of that, you know what I'm saying? Meaning like, you know, every time somebody sends me a DM, like sadly, I can't just be like, oh, somebody who's interested in me and is curious about what I gotta be concerned about screenshot culture and how somebody gonna twist when I, you know what I'm saying, my
big
niceness.
Facts,
and like,
big fact.
you know what I'm saying? And it's just like,
I done had my own screenshot sent back to me.
By accident? Or
No, they did that shit on purpose. Like they
To let you
screenshotted
know
my
that they
story. Yeah, like my hair was out and shit. I was looking crazy. I think I was doing a video and they
Was that
just
a
like,
blackmail you,
girl,
bro?
look what came up in my screenshot memories in my phone. I was like, what the fuck?
What?
And from there on, I just watched from. I just watched
Bro,
what I do.
and that's the thing, like, even folks go to, like, this is crazy. Just thinking about it, like, they will video record your live stream. You have
They
any
have it
moment
forever.
of, they would definitely expose
Niggas
or
were jacking off to
reshare.
my hands.
What? That's,
It's
I
unfortunate
feel like
out
that's part,
here.
that's part of it, but that's crazy,
out
bro.
here.
different response to that.
Like it's very unfortunate out here, man.
I was like, what?
Unfortunate out here.
That response was not. Yo, we supposed to be.
I'm sorry. That does sound like it's traumatic.
Yo, you slay. You advertising. You promoting. Like, you like, let's go. What?
Go ahead, get your shit on.
Oh, that shit was wild.
Bro.
That shit was wild.
See,
You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Specific person?
No, this happened to me. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was live streaming.
Oh, bro.
Hold on. How did you know that was happening?
Yeah, they sent me a video. And they came on my live stream and yeah, Mr. Johnson was out.
Oh, you really? Yo.
Yeah, he got banned for like 24 hours after that, but like, yeah.
That's awful. I'm sorry.
Mr. Johnson came out and he was like, "Oh, your hands are so pretty."
That's crazy.
What the fuck? I'm telling you, I got so many super fan stories. Some nigga sent me a picture of him cutting my name in his arm. Yes.
You see, bro, and like,
Yes, that like when I
Hey,
tell
man,
y'all,
hold
a lot
on.
of this,
Tight beat, man. Y'all getting the real today, family. Let's go.
I'm dead serious. Like a lot of this shit that made
What?
me. I stopped doing music for a lot of reasons. At a point in time, like this shit got scary. Like, and then I was out by myself too. Like, like motherfuckers was like on my ass.
yeah, bro, that's
Motherfuckers follow me, knew where the fuck I lived at.
And that's what I'm saying.
Niggas
Yeah,
knew who I hung
bro.
around. Like
The super fan.
Yeah. But I understand it more, so that's why I moved the way I move now. Like, motherfuckers, man, I'll never see you outside, and won't.
Yo, Midas, what up?
Changing my location.
That's
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
It's very true, though.
nah. Hey, I know.
Not to bring up your shit, but it's some fans out here that will try to trap your ass and get you locked up and do some dumb shit. Like, for real.
Yeah.
Like, just because they feel like the position that you're in is a position they want to be next to.
Well,
All
you don't
because
give them
what you said,
access
Matt,
to-
they don't know who you are behind those lenses.
I
You know?
definitely. Yeah, you right. I wasn't even gonna think about this situation, but
I
you
know,
right.
I know,
You
I know.
right.
Well, that's a
Because
very
they
real
can't
thing.
get what they want. They would
Yeah,
definitely go
man.
to drastic measures to
Yeah,
try to.
man. They can't have you, so they want what's surrounded by you, or they just want.
They don't want you.
Yeah,
That's
come
it.
on.
They can't have you, so they don't want you to have
Period.
anything else.
Period. That's a super fan. That's a dangerous ass super fan.
That is, bro.
This feels kind of like a little bit related to what we were talking about.
Like real super fans to me, they buy all your shit. They come to all your concerts. If you sell barbecue sauce, they putting that shit on every grill, every barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Like if you sell shoelaces, they buying them hoes just because they got your name attached to it. That's a super fan to me. Not doing all that extra dumb shit. Y'all know y'all
but
wrong.
You can't put a limit on it. Like
No, I
you
can't. I can put a.
It's not a spectrum where like
It's
it
a
can
limit.
lead over into
To the
this
hate?
area of
Yes.
Nah, that's
Yes.
real.
Yes.
That's oh my.
That's
God,
very
this is-
true. Very true.
Hold on. Say that one more time, because they was so in church. I want to make sure that was clear. Say that one more time. Oh, y'all still in church. Stop. Okay.
Love and hate is not like opposites on a line spectrum. It's more of a circle. So like the farther you go into this super fanatic territory, you get towards this like dangerous space between love and hate, or just straight up hate. Because I consider a bitch that's obsessed with me a super fan.
I mean, based on what we
Man,
talked about last
Absolute.
week.
For
That's
real though.
absolute.
Yeah.
No,
that's
literally.
absolute.
Free promo. Like
That's what we was
Absolute.
talking
you
about
hating
last
on me
week.
this bad, you even go as far as tagging me or
That's
whatnot. You must
absolute.
love something about me.
Nah, hey.
That's
7
absolute.
accounts to
I love
watch
you
all
too,
my
boo-boo.
stories.
Hey,
Man.
that's funny because I was.
Man.
Oh my gosh! I keep telling my and it's crazy because I used to get mad about that kind of shit. I used to be like, "Why is this
We
bitch
were just
watching me?
yeah, we were
Why is
just
this,
talking
that, and
about
the other,
that.
this, that?" and-" But no, you're a real fan.
And I hope you see this too.
Yeah,
Hi.
wow. Yo, man, we're gonna have to up security up here.
Yo, the energy for type B today is different.
We're gonna have to
Oh,
up
oh,
security.
you didn't want it to be a part. Oh, okay. Hi.
Too different today.
We gotta up security around this thing. Nah, like, bro, what?
Nah, I'll say this.
My
In that
security
lane,
about 19 inches long. Play with me.
I have a whole bunch of super fans. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bro. Niggas' name stay in bro.
I'm saying, and then we about to move on because this might be going too far, but nah. After what she said, ain't nothing going too far.
Bro, what? Yeah,
I just gave y'all.
that's a real.
This all PG in comparison.
Nah, that's crazy.
But nah, man. Like I 1000% have people who every move they do is based on me, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, man. So super fans. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna just say my lines, right? Because like I had to figure this out for myself and for my team because we think about this often. We think about, first of all, like, I think just to kind of like maybe a little bit of advice / like free game. Like if your super fan experience only happens on platforms where people who aren't super fans can witness you, then you're kind of limiting your super fans the ability to feel like super fans. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you got to have some way for them to opt into something that feels uniquely for them. And for us, it's our app. And people who, I have a whole bunch of people who know I have an app but don't have the app.
Right.
And I consider those people fans, but they're not super fans. Super fans have my app, and they be aware of stuff before the rest of y'all do. But I think that having a place for them to opt in, but like when I do that to know that I'm doing something different and special for my super fans. Right. So it's real easy for me to feel like, okay, or for me, it's real easy for me to not feel like I'm not doing enough for people who really rock with me, because I literally created a whole space with a different experience for them. So now I can rest easy every day knowing like, okay, the people who really rock with me, there's a place for them to interact with me and the things I've made, my ideas, that's different from Instagram and or Facebook. And so now, like, I don't have that burden of like, man, like, how do I make sure that the people who really rock with me know that I really rock with them? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I created a whole space for them. That's called my app. Now, for other people, that could be like an email thing. That could be like a Patreon or like a Discord or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I find that like it's easier to set boundaries when you know you're doing something with intention to make sure that like these people are not ignored. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Right? So in other words, like every time like, you know when somebody's gonna call you and you're gonna hop up and go over their house, even though you said you was gonna stay home? You know why you're gonna do that? Because you felt guilty for not seeing them 2 days ago. Because Because like you felt guilty because you didn't pick up that call, you didn't respond to their text message, and now they calling you to come through, and you're out of guilt on some like, all right, well let me just go ahead and do this because blah 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 blah. Now you're gonna break your own boundary to go over there, even though you told yourself you was gonna sit at home and watch movies, right? So what do you do to make sure that doesn't happen? You say, okay, cool. Every Monday and Thursday, I'm gonna communicate with this person, or I'm gonna do this and do that. So when Saturday hits, you don't feel guilty. Gotcha. Right? For me, it's not just about setting boundaries. It's about, okay, why do my boundaries fold? And then making sure that I am creating the systems that keep my guilt from pushing over my boundaries. That's the whole game to me. And that's not even a game about being in music. That's a game about life. You know what I'm saying? Creating systems so that way you can know the things that should be taken care of, have been taken care of, and you don't feel the need to fold on your boundaries. I do that with my fans as well. Like I don't feel a need for when if somebody responds to something that I post. You know what I'm saying? If I post something and they like it, I don't feel a need or an urgency to respond back to them fast, right? I have a designated time for responding back to them, right? And I just do so much, you know what I'm saying, to where it's just like, nah, I am in control of my artist career, right? Not me being reactionary or feeling like I'm missing out on fandom, right? Running from fear and running towards success are not the same thing,
Right.
right? I don't want to be in a reactionary position. It's my career. So I'm gonna say that,
Thanks. Yeah.
and like sew up the icing on top of the cake,
Period.
deliver it. This is y'all's now.
This is y'all's now.
Yeah. But what else we got to talk about, family?
Yeah. All right. So I seen over the weekend. I seen 2 posts. It was more so like an interview type thing where it was Offset. One was Offset, and one was Yachty. But they were both pretty much saying the same thing on how hip hop is quote unquote dying down because there's no creativity. Everyone sounds the same. Everyone's doing the same thing. Like even at the shows, the videos are the same. And I agree. This is one of the things. Like I agree with the message, but not necessarily the messenger. Because as we all know, like I know for me, clear example. I was listening to an Offset song came on the other day, and I swear I thought it was another nigga. Like just because I heard a song I think. Now, of course, I know Offset fans and Future fans. They're like, they don't even sound the same, this and that. But look, I don't really listen to the music that much. But when I do, if I rock with it, I rock with it. But it was a Future song, or he was on someone else's song, and then an Offset song came on right after that. I legit was like, oh, this Future or whatever. You know, like I said, I'm not the hugest fan, but a lot of these niggas, they do sound the same to me. So to hear that message from Offset, it was like, bro, you're part of that.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I don't like
to
Future.
look something up.
I didn't say I don't like him. I just
to confirm it. But it feels like they're both like Yachty and Offset might both be in the same situation of like they have just like the last stuff that they released is like they were trying to do something different than what they've been doing. Because I know like Offset was doing stuff with Don Toliver that sounds different from what he's been doing. And then the last Yachty album, he tried to take a bunch of risks. But it feels like you just got on this like let's do something different. And now you trying to be like y'all are not being creative enough.
Exactly. That's why I said I agree with the message, but not the messenger. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
clearly y'all all part of the same wave.
Facts.
You know, the vibes or whatever. So I'm like,
Facts.
how can you? But like you said, he's now trying to do something different, and now it's like, oh, okay, yeah, y'all doing the same shit, and we over here with it. It's like, bro.
Speaking of, I was just making this observation about.
Real quick, let me shout out everybody in the comments and in the chat. Big shout out Charles Chow. Big shout out my G Austin Michael Midas. What up, family? Go ahead.
What up, fam?
What up? But I was just listening to Drake's For My Dogs album, and I know if I'm not mistaken, it came out right after Yachty's album came out, right? Why did y'all sound just like Yachty?
Well, Yachty had some things to do with Drake's album, so that's probably
That's
Yeah, there's some stuff on there.
makes fucking sense. Okay, I feel better now. Moving on.
Oh yeah,
I was like, exactly, because I was like, wait a minute, why does nigga sound like Yachty? And it's like, oh, Yachty wrote for Drake. Okay, cool beans. Shout out.
bro.
I fuck with Yachty.
He seems like a sweet, nice kid.
No, Yachty's dope. I would love to hang out with Yachty. Hey, bro, I'm coming on your show one day. We're going to have a sit down just like this. You got to invite all of us. Can't have just one. Okay?
Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, now niggas doing something different. Now they can speak on. It's like, but also like we were speaking on before we started was like how Yachty was like, bro, you grew up.
No, big facts. In the
this-
industry.
in
Yeah,
this world,
definitely.
in this
Saw
lane.
you.
Like that was your thing, bro. So how can now all of a sudden, nah, yeah, y'all need to switch up. Y'all all sound the same. Y'all all doing the same dance moves and wearing the same clothes.
I'm curious about this because, like, you know, this is something that, like, being a hip hop fan for as long as I've been a hip hop fan, it's it just shows like how invincible this idea is, right? So, like, you know, like you gotta understand when I first started listening to rap, most rappers was like 20. Not even 25.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
20.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Most rappers were like Nas was 19.
bro.
Prodigy was 19.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Niggas
And so,
was
like,
looking old as hell.
and so it's like, then you watch them become the OGs.
Period.
You watch them start saying statements that make Soulja Boy mad, that make Lil Yachty mad, that make all these people mad.
Soulja Boy make my back itch. I ain't even gonna lie.
Right? And then to have seen all of that happen and then get to the point where that era and generation is now they have officially become their version of KRS-One, of Ice-T. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And to watch how invincible that idea is. So like, no matter how reckless and no man, the young people, no matter how much that was your identity, your fate awaits you of turning into turning into these people. But even on the other side of that, right, is the idea of like, man, I wonder if while you've turned into these people and while there are positive and negatives about that, I wonder if you've gained some wisdom and grace for those people when you were 19 and 20, right? Like, I wonder, in other words, like, I don't think Soulja Boy will ever. Soulja Boy's gonna be 13 for the rest of his life. But let's just say Soulja Boy got to this point. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say Soulja Boy did get to this part, right? I wonder if Soulja Boy is ever gonna go back to Ice-T and be like, you know what, Ice-T, bro?
You old ass.
I kind of feel you now. You know what I'm saying?
Bitch, nigga.
I was calling you all kind of bitches and hoes for years. You know what I'm saying? But now, after doing 11,000 dances on your grave, I realized that maybe you were saying something real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes me wonder, like, are they, while you're shooting at the younger people, or you're shooting at what younger people are doing and how they're doing it, right?
People are not self-aware.
That's fact.
Like, he was just being self-aware for a moment.
Facts.
But this is the thing too, like even with the J. Cole and Soulja Boy thing, because of this game and how a lot of shit be playing out, like part of me be like, do niggas just be saying shit just for the clickbait? Like Soulja Boy, he always in the trying to do something to keep his name alive type thing. It's like, bro.
I feel like that. I feel like Yachty's self-aware enough to where that's what he was doing. A part of me is like, Yachty, yeah, bro. Like, you up to something. This is not what it is on the surface. You know what I'm
And
saying?
this is why, like, it'd be hard for me to really react or respond to these things, because part of me always in the back of my mind be like, man, this was intentional.
I should be careful
This
about
was some
whatever you
promo
can
shit.
respond to for real.
Because that's just the game, especially now with the the social media. Like, you say anything that's questionable, like, bro, somebody's gonna
Somebody
run
gonna
with
come
it.
check it, man.
They gonna run with it. So, I don't know, man.
That shit crazy though.
Yeah, I feel uniquely. I don't know. It's just funny watching people become the people they criticize.
Yeah.
And just wondering, like, again, like, there's positive and negative to it.
Yeah.
But like, just wondering, like, okay, is this a moment of criticism for you, or is this a moment of wisdom for you?
Yeah.
Like, are you realizing something? Like, you know, all of us grew up saying something about our parents that is at some point in your life, you know. Now, I'll say the pinnacle of that is when you become a parent. But even before you become a parent, there are things you're recognizing, like, damn.
Yep.
All right. Nah, you know what? I was kind of judgmental about this. You know what I'm saying? And maybe this was, you know, maybe this was something else, you know?
That's
but,
right.
you know, and it's just, and so that's why every time I see, like, my younger cousins, I'm like, big shout out to all my younger cousins. Every time I see y'all, I'll be like, man, I wonder where they are on the wisdom scale, you know, at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder where they are in terms of, like, damn, that's why uncle did this, or that's why grandma did that, or this is why big cousin James did this, or, you know, I don't know. I feel like at this point, like, you know, especially if Yachty is around Drake as much as I think he's around Drake, I know you understand. You just have to twist and turn this knob that is public opinion as much as possible.
That's right.
That's why
And that's how
Coming
you
from King
stay
City.
what everybody's talking about.
Yep.
Because Drake, there's nobody better at that.
Exactly.
Nope.
Maybe Kanye, but Kanye's
Nah, Kanye.
in a more.
Do it like
Hey,
He be in his
Kanye just be out.
Kanye be in his feelings with it. Drake don't give a fuck. Like straight up.
Yeah,
Kanye gonna cry, he gonna stomp, he gonna pout.
I don't know, man.
Drake gonna talk about you in one of his songs, and it's gonna be a hit.
True, but sometimes stuff that Kanye be saying, we all be feeling it.
Yeah.
He just say it. So
Yeah.
it's like I respect it for that.
Kanye be saying stuff that you don't, that everybody's judging him for, but then you be like,
Damn, that nigga was right.
No, exactly.
Like-
Exactly. Like, you know what? He got a point.
That's why Trump got elected.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly. No, for real though.
that's facts though.
That's dead serious, right?
Oh man,
Like, damn,
Gift
that's
and the curse, bro.
exactly
Gift
what I
and the
think.
curse.
That's facts. Yo, I can't even.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, like I know this is totally off subject. I have very biased opinions when it comes to that man.
Oh,
I mean, Sonny said you ain't got the answer, Sway.
Bro, hey, but see that, but that was one of them things though.
Kanye said he did have some of the answers.
See, and I respect Kanye because Kanye actually went back and was like,
What
"Sway,
is
you
the
was
name
right."
of your clothing line? To me, that's the funniest part of the whole thing.
That man, he was right. You ain't got the answer, Sway. But he admitted he like, Sway was right. I don't think if Offset and if they truly mean what they're saying, I don't feel like they're gonna be like, yeah, y'all my OGs, y'all were. I don't
Because they think
yeah.
that what they was experiencing and doing is different. It's
Yeah,
completely
because
different than what.
true.
Right.
And plus, they feel like they were the originators of this, and it's
Yeah.
like, bro,
Nigga, no.
clearly, like, y'all
Somebody had to
wasn't.
come before you. Somebody had to come before the people that came before you.
Exactly.
Like
And they was mad about
facts.
them too.
And it's crazy because like the rhythm just got switched. The rhythm's been the same. There's always been fast rapping, you know what I'm saying, slick, you know what I'm saying, artists on the track or whatnot. The rhythm was just different. The cadence was just different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all found a new cadence, a different kind of cadence.
But it
I
ain't
feel
even
like-
new though. Like,
Well, that I was about to say. Like, I feel like the heart of this, like, as you would say, Sheena, the lack of self-awareness. The heart of it, to me, starts with like, are you an artist that knows what happened before you? Like,
Right.
because that's how you see the patterns.
I feel that.
Like that's how you recognize, like, oh, I am now this person in this span of how things have been going. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't know what came before, if you never valued what came before you, then you really think like, nah, I'm saying
started
something
all
that ain't
this.
really
Right,
you know what I'm saying,
right,
been
right.
said before. I'm acknowledging something in a new way. No, you're not.
only one, even though we were just talking about him in the sense that he be tripping, I give credit to. I give love to and grace for Soulja Boy because a lot of some of the stuff that he say, like, nah, I was the first one. He really was.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, he was. He was. So when he go in his
Definitely.
raps, I be like, all right, bro.
But he
you
is
can have
also
it.
the first nigga to get in his feelings and misunderstand shit as soon as somebody
Of all the years of humanity, decades and centuries, he's the first one. Soulja Boy, this is
saying.
The
new.
very first.
like
That's hilarious.
this is the only nigga that will instantly get on social media and trash talk somebody without understanding.
Hey, but
Man,
it was-
you's a bitch, nigga. Like, bro.
Bro, I watched that, Jay. I watched that clip at least 10 times.
Bro,
Bro was like,
that shit was
he was like-
hilarious.
he was like,
what
I feel him.
if talk
I
about?
feel him.
Yeah. What if I talked about J. Cole? Talk about damn, he ashy, he stink. Why he get up on there and he change his
man-
clothes?
but it
His
was-
dread
it was a
dirty.
switch.
I was like, bro.
It was a switch. It was like, I feel you. Man, no the fuck I don't. What the fuck he really even saying? Like, what he talking about? I'm like, bro, what?
Oh my god.
Midas says hip hop rap was literally created by reinventing the wheel. Innovation is everything. That's facts, Midas. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
facts.
Yeah. But in
I love
today's
the video
sense,
of Nicki collecting him. She sounded like somebody's
Damn,
mama.
collect.
Come on.
And I-
right? I was
Bitches is my
I was thinking of
sons.
collected. I was like, yeah.
He collected.
Yeah. Nicki Slick be people's mama. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And then I love when he was like, okay, if Nicki said it, then that's okay.
yeah, he felt back. He felt back.
You're right.
He felt back.
You know
heavy,
she
bro.
got her own thing.
That's why I'm like, Nicki ain't the.
No, but Nicki is Nicki.
She's Nicki. I give you
Nicki
that.
is a bully.
But bro,
She's Nicki though.
so they don't like.
Nicki, I love Nicki for the lines that she's crossed in music. I love her for
Zeta was in for this one.
her diversity. I love her.
Big shout out DJ Zeta.
Shout out. I love her for her diversity in music as far as an artist. What I don't like is the fact that she talk all that shit and don't back none of that shit up.
What you mean?
Like even with Cardi, like the whole beef between her and Cardi, like I think her and Cardi ended up getting into it at a ball one time. Yeah, I mean Cardi walked off with a little eggplant on her head, but it was just, I guess it was that knot was fat. I ain't even man, but I ain't even gonna lie. It was just the whole thing of Nicki will talk trash, like just talks trash to her fans. Her fans fucking love it. But I, like you did say, that's her persona. I don't know. I don't respect how she did the whole thing with Lil Kim. I've never gotten over that.
That was crazy.
I thought that was trash as fuck. And then you tried to shame something, like you said, that came before you. Like Lil Kim came before you.
You're clearly following the blueprint.
Exactly. Like clearly. Like
But is it?
but at the same time, yeah. But
I wonder. Oh, sorry.
no. At the same time, Nicki did it her way. Lil Kim, like Mad said, didn't look at Nicki and be like, dang, I was you type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I might not fuck with how Nicki rocks sometimes, but I fuck with her as an artist. Like Nicki is a true artist.
Forgive me for being 12.
No, it's okay.
Which one came first? Foxy Brown or Lil Kim?
Foxy.
So it wasn't Lil Kim.
Wait a minute.
No, I think Kim was.
Kim.
They was kind of in the same era, but I think
I
Kim
was
came
not-
out a little before.
I'm
before
pretty
her.
sure it was.
I want to say.
I don't know if it was. I'm trying to figure out what came first, Kim or Foxy's appearance on Jay's thing. But I mean, in terms of like their impact on the game as an
I was going
artist,
to say Kim. Yeah.
Kim was
Kim
first.
straight.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, never mind, my point was not my point. But well, for that specifically. But I think I'm trying to think. When is that not like? I feel like that might be like a hip hop staple of like, fuck you, old nigga, you don't know what you do. And that's kind of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It was just like Nicki was just doing that.
That's all, but it just it's funny because it made me think.
real quick, we got a comment on our Twitch stream. Dino Star C, didn't she do a song with the Ops?
Oh, they talking about 6ix9ine.
Damn.
She did.
do a song
hold
with
on.
him. But that was a money move though. That was a total business move because the niggas
everything the woman does.
Yeah, I don't. But that was a whole business move. Like the nigga's name was all over the place in the media and everything. Like to be honest, Tekashi 6ix9ine was one of the most streamed niggas in the world for a good little hot second.
Hold on.
I blame y'all for it.
Yeah.
Midas, that's
Bro,
you know what? No, that's a whole
That
other
nigga
episode. We
music
can talk
is
about that. We
trash.
gonna talk about that later. Midas says she too old to be acting like that. She turning into Anita Baker. Damn. Sean Stone and Anita Baker. That's wild.
But this one, I'm saying.
Giving you the best that
I fuck with Anita Baker. I didn't know she was acting like that. Yeah.
No, a real diva. for
Nah,
real.
that I did look it up though. They both their years active professionally in rap started in 1994.
So,
But
Overlapping.
yeah, but like
Kim had the impact.
But Kim had the impact. First.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why. Yeah.
That shit was with, Bad Boy and all that.
Damn, Foxy went deaf.
Dino Star C said
What?
Yeah,
it was a bitch move. Yes, he did.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, she had started having really bad hearing problems.
Yeah, but it's interesting because Matt, you spoke on earlier when we was talking about just the like Offset and them speaking on the culture or the sound or whatever, and how they become the things that they hated, so to speak. And it's kind of like Nicki's like I feel like she's changing. I did see something where she gave love to Cardi on like doing some history or whatever as far as music goes, but it's kind of like the
When?
same thing.
I ain't see it.
Nah, it was recent.
Yeah, Nikki showed love to
Yeah, she's just now starting to do that,
Yeah,
like coming on
last
that
couple
side.
years.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
but
I
like
like that. I like that.
Yeah.
she
Cause
legit
Cardi
like
real.
she basically when like Cardi first came in, Nicki was like, basically you follow my steps and this and that. Basically the same thing like Kim was like, yo, just show love.
Yeah.
And Nicki was like, no, I'm this, this is me, whatever. But she pretty much did the same thing. Like, Cardi, you should show love and respect who's been here before you.
Entitlement.
And then feeling the way,
Yeah.
know. So it's like, it's interesting.
What you say, Neem? It all boils down to entitlement.
Yeah, it really does. So much of this talks about just entitlement, but
Like, I understand, hey, like, don't just be out here like niggas ain't just see me pose just like that in the same cover, type shit. But
the thing that, and I think this is when I got to a certain level of maturity and wisdom with this whole shit, man. Like, every great movie is where, like, in every great movie, like, there are characters. Those characters play roles, right? And then there's like one good guy. There's like one person who you like really identify or see yourself with, or you want that person to win. And then there's like every other person playing roles. That's kind of how I look at hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, like we all have a favorite supervillain, right? We all have a favorite like antagonist in a movie or show or in a comic book, right?
Yeah.
Like they're bad people, quote unquote, right? But like they play their role really well.
Really well, yeah.
Right. That's how I look at a lot of hip hop, where it's like when I look at Nicki, when I look at that's why when Soulja Boy said that stuff or whatever, it wasn't like Soulja Boy, you fucked up for that. Like, nah, it was like,
That's Soulja Boy.
he's being Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
Like he's like that's what he's supposed to. What do you think Soulja Boy's gonna be like? Hey yo, J. Cole, I just want to say it's all love and respect for such a mature response and growth over my content from 2000.
niggas gonna be like,
No.
Soulja Boy never been that.
soft.
Like,
They
never
gonna
been
start
that.
calling soldiers soft.
he's like that's what he's supposed. He's playing his role.
Soulful boy.
You know, and
Soulful boy.
Soulful boy. What? The true maturity of Soulja Boy. When he turned 38, he goes, Soulful Boy. Yo, I'm dying loud. Yo, that's Soulful
Yo, if we ever,
Boy.
if we
Soulful
ever
boy.
run, if he ever comes to the studio,
They're gonna tell us to eat it.
oh God, hey, somehow, somewhere, he's gonna end up with this podcast and be like,
shit.
hey, y'all unapologetic niggas, fuck you. I'm like, yeah,
Soulful Boy.
Soulful boy.
Bruh. We gotta do
Soulful
something.
boy
with that.
Till.
We gonna talk about that after this, man. We gotta do something. That's too good. Wow, Soulful Boy. But I'm just saying, like, you can't be. You just gotta respect it at how well they play their role.
Yeah.
And that's even when I wasn't always a Drake fan. And once I realized the role Drake plays, it was like, oh, he's killing it.
Yeah, that he's doing this thing.
Yeah, everybody's playing their role. Yeah, everybody's just playing their role, and their role, similar to like wrestling or any great story of characters, any great character universe. All of it is necessary for the like we could talk about bars and J. Cole and Kendrick all day, right? But the appreciation for them wouldn't be the same
Thanks.
without the other characters and the roles that they play in this music game. You know what I'm saying? So I just like the roles people play.
I feel that. I can
Very
respect
strategic on how you said that.
that. I can respect it.
No, that's true. I think that's the thing. Like just learning more about the game in itself that I kind of hate, but I know it's part of it. Like everyone has a role, and sometimes, especially if you're trying to get the set attention and the likes and the streams, all that stuff. Like you have to buy into that role.
Yeah.
Of what that may look like. So like you said, knowing and seeing that this is Drake thing, this is what he's gonna do. All right, knowing Soulja Boy, like, all right, I expect it, but that's another reason why I'm like, when I hear certain things, I'm like, I don't know if I really believe this or not, because I know y'all roles in this and I know how y'all move.
Yeah. And that's it. And that's a real jump too. I ain't gonna lie, man. I watched wrestling as a kid, but once I realized that it was not real, I stopped watching it.
It changed.
And that's where I'll say this. That's where like my love for hip hop.
Yeah.
It's like, I need eerily similar to like going to a fast food restaurant. I just need to know the majority of this is actual beef. Fam. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
I ain't gonna lie. Even like with wrestling, like it was niggas that stepped outside of that. It ain't real boundary and was cutting niggas on the damn in the ring. That shit was crazy.
I know some wrestling fanatics, and they ride and die for wrestling. I'm like, hey,
Shout out to Pro.
You got it.
I like it because it's theater.
No, it is.
Yo,
It
wait,
is. It's
I'm
very
never-
entertaining.
Wrestling niggas might feel the way you say something like, it's
motherfuckers in their
theater.
little tighty whities.
Nah, look, I
Costumes.
never heard
Thespians.
it's theater. Oh man.
Nah, I don't. I unsubscribe from wrestling, but I appreciate wrestling. Though. I just like, meaning like, especially like, you know what I like the best wrestling though is like foreign wrestling. Have you ever watched this like wrestling in like Mexico or wrestling in like another
real.
country?
They see it out.
It's way realer.
They still in the backyard with it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. It's way realer, dog.
Yeah.
Like it's like, yo, y'all still like trying to get it. Like it's not like y'all ain't coasting on nothing. Like y'all still trying to turn heads. Yeah. So, I got love for wrestling.
This game is interesting, man.
It is.
It's
All right, we got one more topic.
Yeah.
We got one more
we're
topic.
gonna
How we living?
Switch the gear and go back to our world
Bet.
of
What we looking like?
yeah. So we were talking about just being organized and how that basically helps you be more efficient, your workflow, all these things, and more importantly, keeps you up to date with things you've done, whether it's songs you've written, beats you've made, stuff of that nature. Like, how y'all looking with that?
So, the thing I love about the potential of this conversation is that you have me, who's been doing this for around 600 or 700 years, and then you have like people in this room who have recently began to collect sounds and you know and put things together.
Spectrum is crazy.
Yeah. And we all do it like a variety of different sounds and styles. And so I'm looking forward to seeing like how wide of a discussion this can be. But yeah, man, like, I mean, even as a DJ, I learned like organization is everything, you know? So yeah, I wanted to, you know, I know previously we talked a little bit about like templates and stuff like that, but like, I'm gonna start with you, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I know. For me, I'm changing something every year. Like even with my
hold on. Before we go into that, we go into what it is,
okay.
let's talk about why.
All right.
Let's talk about why. Like what, like we just said organization and all this stuff is important. Why?
Yeah. I mean, I feel anybody that as a creative, but more so anyone that moves in a sense of a business, it saves you time. Saves you time. Man, it can also save you opportunities. You know, like not being organized, you can miss out on several opportunities just because you're spending so much time looking for whatever will solve the solution, you know, solve the problem. I've definitely been in that a few times, and have to like, I think the difficult thing for me is just like making it a priority. Like, look, stop the rest of the day and organize whatever you need to organize to save you from having to miss out on said opportunity or just wasting this amount of time next time, because it's going to come back around. Like it's a cycle. It's always going to come back around, no matter the field, no matter what you're doing, whether it's music, you know, you're a doctor, even just on some going to pick up your kids, making sure your keys is where it's at. Like being organized, it keeps you on point. Yeah, that's the why. Because like going into just examples, I've missed out on opportunities, and not necessarily, I wouldn't even say miss out on opportunities, but I've definitely spent more time either creating something new or searching for something. When it comes to like maybe there's an opportunity and an artist is looking for this type of music or whatever, like I'm bad with feeling like I have to make something new on the spot versus being like, bro, I got a whole catalog of these that you're looking for that we can shop with. I'm bad at that. I'm definitely like reworking and exporting beats and labeling things and putting them in folders, and I used to be so unorganized, and I just got to a point where like, okay, bro, you're the problem. You're the problem.
Yeah, everything you're saying is correct, man. But I ain't gonna lie, like, hey, everybody in the comments, everybody listening, answer this question for me. Why is it important to be organized? There is one reason that I find like nobody really ever says, but it's the truest of them all.
It creates discipline.
So you done?
Yeah, I'm good.
It creates discipline for one.
This one, okay.
I'm interested what this
I
one
believe,
thing is.
I can't wait to say it.
even for myself, like I've gotten better with being ready and not having to get ready. I don't know. It's like being organized. It's like it leaks off into everything you do. It's just important to, especially when you do it a little bit at a time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just helps with everyday life, not just your music. And
A little less stressful.
yeah.
For sure. Tajin Disciple says,
Tahine.
Tajin Disciple. Tajin Rook. You know what I'm saying? Says, organization allows me to better be in the moment and adapt when the time comes. Less to think about.
Yeah.
I agree.
We go. All right, so I ain't gonna read all the comments. I'm gonna fall back. Dino Starseed says, "Stay ready, so you ain't gotta get ready." Right. She said, "Don't gotta," but I said, "Ain't," because it's me. Yeah. Indeed.
What you think?
Yeah, no, I think I organize things the way that I organize them to keep a catalog of what I have. It's like, so I write all my songs on my phone. Like, I write them in the Notes app. I have a folder for lyrics, and then I record. I build the tracks in my computer, and then I have a folder for those, the instrumentals, and then I record them on my phone again, and I have a folder in my voice memos for good songs, bad songs, song ideas.
That's a good time.
And like so that I can always go back and like see what I've done.
Yeah.
If I want to go back and see like something that I thought was bad, listen to it again. Like is there something here, or like song ideas that can be like just melody notes, or like me singing full songs. It could just be like me talking through an idea, and then the good songs are all in one place, so I know like how much usable shit I have. That's like ready now. If it got re-recorded and remixed and shit.
It also builds great momentum as well.
Yeah, because it makes me feel good to see it like accumulating, and then like it helps me feel inspired to make more.
All right. So let me read these comments on Facebook right quick. Do it to speed up workflow, says Sonny. Aaron Moore says consistency. Midas says it helps you go into autopilot, reduces confusion on what you need to do next. All right. All of this is true, right? And it was just recently said here, but just to be fair, it was my closest protege or student, the Tajin disciple, which in this moment I'll respect him and say is what he's called, the Tajin God, who said it best. Also, I found that you can capitalize on momentum. Now, this is my take on organization. Okay, when you're first sitting there saying, I need to be organized about this approach, the first thing you're gonna gain is workflow, right? And even more important, you're gonna find the holes in your workflow. You're gonna find like, okay, because once you activate your brain for organization, you're gonna start watching and realizing, okay, there's parts where I'm moving great, and then there's parts where I'm not moving great, right? And so you begin to think workflow. You begin to think less organization and more workflow. Workflow involves organization, but it's but it's whether or not you should even do this or not. Right?
Yeah.
So level 1 is the activation of workflow, right? Level 2 is the activation of speed in time, right? Okay. Most people, their organization or their consistency gets them to level 2, where you realize, man, if I was organized, I could do this faster, right? Okay. But to get to level 3, you have to have workflow and a heightened speed and timing for you to crack through the real benefit of this all, right? The real benefit of this all is not that you do everything faster or that simply everything is more organized. When everything is more organized, you have a better workflow, and dominoes fall on each other fast, you have different ideas now.
Yeah.
What you think is possible has now changed, right? You now, it's not just that you made this same beat 10 minutes faster. You will probably make a different beat now, a better one, right? You're gonna explore different places, right? You're gonna try things you wouldn't have previously tried, knowing it's gonna sound good because it's founded by such a great workflow.
Facts.
Right? Right. And that's the part people don't talk about. Because to be honest, most creators don't reach that level. Most creators don't do what they do with as much intention long enough and with the consistency enough to realize, like, wow, all of this isn't just making me faster, it's making me better.
Right. Yeah. True.
Right? That's the when I love to see people stay on the path long enough to get to that point. And that's when you have your Mad Libs, your Alchemists, your this, you know what I'm saying? These people whose output is ridiculous, and you wonder, how are they making stuff so great so much? It's because all of those things have compounded. And 3 and 3 is no longer 6, now it's 9.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? That is my
Yeah. No, that's real. That's
For sure.
I feel like that's always the end goal. That's a great way to put that.
Yeah.
Like you said, most people don't get there.
I know it when it's happening. I feel it in my veins when it's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can play you beats right now where it's like it happened in this beat. Like whatever, like it wasn't just great idea, it wasn't just blah blah blah. It was like I was no longer doing this.
Yeah.
The ball was rolling. I was just holding on. Like
That's definitely.
you know what I'm saying? And that's but it it takes a while for you to be able to activate that. Like if this is your first time hearing this idea, you're not gonna go home today and be like, yo, all right, let me get organized and then I can reach that level 3 tonight. Like, no, that's not how it happens.
10,000 hours are real.
It is a momentum thing, but if you're dedicated to consistency, you will see that level 3. I can promise you.
Yeah.
Factuals.
My man said Madlib was the perfect example. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even feel like there's much to even add to it. Like, that, yeah. They kind of.
Let me check in with my G's. Oh, yeah. So, hey, how y'all feel about that? You know what I'm saying? Y'all tap in with us. Leave us some comments. Technically, we got 8 more minutes left on this podcast. I feel like my cast feel like I just shut that down and there's nothing really else to say about that topic.
That topic is a wrap.
If there's any other random thing y'all want to discuss or anything y'all want to mention or shout out?
Okay, I mean,
The
I keep it here. No, so Sheena said something. Well, Nubia said, dang, what did you spoke on? Oh, what makes a good song versus a bad song for you? Well, you spoke on like just being organized and keeping tracks of your good songs versus bad songs.
Like, wait a minute.
No, you spoke on keeping tracks of these things. So I'm like, okay, what determines a good song versus a bad song for you?
So there's like an answer that I'm ashamed of that applies to some of them, and then there's an answer that I like. It just is what it is that applies to most of them.
Great question, kid.
I'll start with the one that I'm ashamed of. Some of the songs, like if I played them for people that I trusted and they said this did not work, for this reason or that reason, this didn't work, I put it in that folder, not to die forever, but to like separate myself enough from it so that when I go back and listen to it, I can like hear what was it, what do I want to keep, What do I not want to keep? Now, I said that I'm ashamed of that one because I want there to be less of other people in my process of determining those things. But that is the reality for some of the songs in that folder. And then the other ones, they just didn't like feel right. Like they don't when I listen back to them, they don't like. I don't want to keep hearing them. Like I don't like replaying them. I'm not having fun listening to them. So then I'm like, there's something because what I'm trying to make with there's some stuff in the bad songs folder that's not necessarily like bad songs, but they're not how I want my music to feel. Like they're like they feel heavy or they feel like they don't feel like what I want. I'm trying to make, so then I just put them there. It's like this needs surgery. I don't know what it needs. Some time will make it more clear to me. And all the songs in the good folder, I can see myself, like when I hear them, I can see myself performing them. I can when I sing them back to myself, it feels effortless. It feels like this already existed. Then that's why they end up in the good folder.
Okay. It's interesting because I came across I can't remember the artist, but I came across a video. I wish I remember the artist. He was a painter. He passed or whatever, but the guy who was talking about his artwork, it wasn't Basquiat. He was talking about how like after so long, he basically went under a different name and basically put out those bad paintings, so to speak, the different ego, the different personality under that name. So I was like, is it really a good versus bad song, or is I've grown from this, or I don't want this side of me to be shown, so to speak?
I mean, I think that there's some of that in there too. I think like some of them are just bad, like they're not, they weren't good ideas, like they weren't interesting enough. And then some of the ones that like just don't feel right, probably some of that not feeling right is I don't like the face this shows. I don't like the version of me that made this song.
Gotcha.
And so then they just end up in that folder, which is bad for like lack of a better term. Like I just don't know what to do with them yet.
Gotcha.
So that's why I don't delete them.
I think the key, divider here that you guys are both speaking about is intention, right? So it's like, if a song is good or bad, it depends on what was your intention on what you were aiming to create. You know what I'm saying? But this is why, like, you can, 4 or 5 years later, you're a different person. You have different intentions. Something you created previously, you would have deemed bad. Right. Is no longer different because now it might fit your intentions.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's the number one reason why, like, I don't throw away anything. I hit save on everything. I don't, I'd be seeing people be like, I just turned the beat machine off, or I just hit delete, and I'd be like, why?
I can't delete.
I never do that. Never.
I've definitely deleted some work before.
I never do that because I realize, like, I'd be wrong as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done, after thousands and thousands of beats, I just be realizing, like, after, sometimes it takes you 600 beats later to realize what you made 600 beats ago.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'd be going through like, man, like, I don't, I didn't finish this, but man, I'm glad I saved this. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm in a different place.
Yeah, I've definitely, I've learned, I used to be, and we spoke on this before, but I used to be bad with like, if the beat or the song didn't feel or sound like I wanted to, I discard it. I'm deleting it or whatever. I used to be bad with that. It wasn't until I seen the interview with Ninth Wonder. He was talking about.
He's another great example of that
Facts.
that idea. But go ahead.
Yeah. Watching, it was an interview with Ninth Wonder, and he was talking about basically Beyonce, Destiny's Child's Getting the Girl soundtrack song, and he was like, "This beat, like, because this was one of the ones to him was a throwaway, but like she heard it and made it what it is type thing." And when I seen that, I kind of had my own experience with that, but it was an example of like sometimes even though you started the vision, it might not be up to you to finish the vision. Sometimes that's why collaboration is important, is huge. Like, cause it's stuff that I would have.
Typing that right now.
Yeah, it's stuff that I would have and I would bring to the team, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, let's do this. Let's add this." It's been times we doing sound day and something to start off, and I come in and be like, "I hear this," and now it's a whole different beat.
Real quick. So Midas, it's funny, the alignment there. Midas says, sometimes it's not a bad song, the execution can just be tweaked.
Yeah.
And as you said that, I was typing or bringing in someone else, right? Because someone else is gonna see your idea, but turn how you execute it. You know what I'm saying? This is why it's important to have somebody trusted, somebody that you trust,
That's right.
you know, and involved in what you're doing and uniquely aware of like you and your idea and your identity, because they will see things in which you're creating you won't.
Yeah.
Right.
I've learned that a million times over.
Right.
Big shout out to Midas the Beast, who helped me
out.
learn that about some of the stuff I do. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
It was definitely a great lesson to learn. So I'm grateful for that. It was interesting too because I also, for real, he was talking about how like just ideas in general is like, you know, we all think, again, going to what I was saying, like when we come up with these ideas, they're our own ideas type thing. And it was him that was like, you know, these ideas, especially if I know for me, when it comes to music, it's definitely a spiritual thing. It's not just me thinking of like, oh, I'm about to like, cause it's been times I've made some shit that be crazy. I'm like, I do not remember making this. And he was just like, you know, sometimes he was like, ideas are like having a library card. Like you just checking these out, and sometimes if you don't do what you're supposed to do with them, they'll go to someone else, and that's quote unquote how you end up with people like, bro, they biting, they this, they like, you're not the only person that's thinking this way.
Hey, real quick, Dino Star Seed says, and this is such a great comment. She says, facts. And sometimes, unfortunately, when you are creative, you have to wait until your skills catch up with your ideas.
That's real.
That's facts.
That's real.
That's ultra
real.
facts.
That's super real.
Man.
Cause we be having taste up here, bro. Skills down here, man. You gotta. And that's why sometimes I be coming back like, oh, I finally have the skills now. I can do it. I can do it.
Yes.
That's
yes.
so real, man. That's
Shout
so
out.
real.
Great,
That was
great
great.
response.
Yeah.
Great response.
That might be comment of the day.
Period. Come on.
Yeah. All right. On that note, it is officially
Made it.
1:31. This has been Type Beat, brought to you live by the Unapologetic crew here at Outer Space and Unapologetic Studio. My name is I Make Mad Beats,
LJ1S.
Unique. Come on.
And Sheila.
and this has been Type Beat. Y'all have a great afternoon, great evening, a good morning. Stay safe and stay dangerous. Peace.
Period.
Bitch, are you jealous?
Oh shit, here we go again.